is really important everywhere. You got to have a complex strategy, which means an organization and a division of labor. You got to have an inside and an outside strategy. You got to have people inside government who will provide information for you, real information about what the real agenda is. And you can have people. One person can't possibly keep up with all of the hearings and all of the bills and all of everything going on. So that's why it takes a community to have an organization that's really going to function efficiently. Don't think you can do it all by yourself.
I have a question. Another question, but
please.
Alicia and all of you on the panel, it's very important that you all are here, and also all the members who came to listen to all of this, the forum today. It's very interesting. But what I'm going to explain is that I've been living in this community for 42 years, and I have to say, back in the day, things were different to today. Number one, you've been hearing a lot of problems where people are saying, oh, you know, the minorities are not doing what they're supposed to do. They are living in these apartments and private homes and everything, and everybody just think, oh, everything is all hunky-dory. Everybody just going along, as they would say, on an easy street, and not realizing that there are people who's taking strategy in their neighborhood, who watching how the people are operating, and all of these things. And I believe part of all what we are facing has been going on for many years, and that we as people never realize these things because we never thought in our mind that things was going to change so drastically like this. And that is one of the problems we are facing right now, is because everything has hit us, like they would say, like a brick that hits you and you just suddenly wonder what hits you. And that's what we're facing right now. I'm telling you this because, as I say, living in the community for so many years, and I'm here all of the talk, where minorities didn't do this didn't that, the places, they don't pay enough taxes for the schools, they can't get this, they can't get that. Oh, the people who live in the community, they know the communities are going to go down, and they're still not doing anything to build it up. They're doing it. And people are watching, and they're not taking heed. So now, here it comes. What can we do? This is why we are faced with this problem. So everyone is coming out and trying to see how they can fight this system right now. Well, and that's what we got to do now, because it hit us like a ton of bricks.
I just want to say that, you know, our communities were communities before developers decided to gentrify them.
Exactly. Yeah.
We were viable communities.
Yeah.
We got on our politicians to provide us services when they wouldn't provide us services.
Yes.
I mean, I remember moving on my block and demanding that the Western Beef clean up that street, that side street. And I called all the time. I was filing complaints all the time. And I finally got Western Beef to do something about it. You know, so it's not like we moved into these communities and they were horrible and all of a sudden. No, my neighborhood is beautiful.
But they
Sullivan Ludland. Right there, President Sullivan Ludland. Beautiful. You got to go see this neighborhood. It's all black and it's beautiful. I mean, tree-lined blocks and beautiful homes, and we're taking care of these things.
They were watching.
So don't sit there and act like.
We get it.
That's what I'm saying.
More questions.
They were watching.
So, I'm sorry.
Thank you,
okay.
but I just wanted to bring that up.
Okay, let's get some more questions.
Hi, I was curious. I noticed some luxury developers were told that they should accommodate affordable housing, so they created where there's a luxury part of their building and affordable on another part of the building. And you probably heard in the news about the poor doors, specifically on the Upper West Side. I was just wanted you to hear what you thought of that. Well, I know what you thought about it, but
they've because of the community outcry over that, they've now banned it. It has been banned. They cannot do
except that in Chinatown, the Extel Tower that's under construction, Right next to it will be a smaller building with so-called affordable housing in it.
That's how they got around
which won't have the swimming pool and all the other amenities.
Yeah, I think some areas were fenced in that, certain people from, the affordable area can't go to the other part. They can't use the
Right.
pool or walk to their
Right.
terrace or...
They banned that type of development, but in lieu of, they just decided to have a separate building.
See, I think we have to start opposing affordable housing.
Yeah.
Really,
Gotta stop that.
really.
Gotta stop.
We're losing more affordable housing. We're living in affordable housing, and we're losing that, okay?
As they create
And because of the income requirements, and you have to enter a lottery, which you'll never win, you will never get one of those apartments. So inclusionary zoning that was introduced by Bloomberg and then de Blasio gives you 20% affordable units, but 80% are luxury. And that's jacking up the rents and the land prices in the rest of the community and displacing more affordable housing than the units that are created.
And it's also a false name, affordable housing. We really want to see low-income housing.
Yes.
What is affordable housing? Affordable to who?
I'm sorry, we are going to have to stop our discussion because it's 3 o'clock, but I do want to just say one thing. I just want to first I want to recognize the people who have worked really, really hard on getting this program together. So I want to give my props out to MTOPP folks who've been helping. I want to give my props out to BAN, Book and Anti-gentrification. That's Dora, Chicago. I want to give some props out to the MTOPP artists. I see Noah is in the back over there, and Antonio from the Artist Color Block, is he around? I mean, they're all probably spread around, but it was a strong group of people who came together. There's Chicago over there. She's from Chicago. She's actually from China, an organizer in China. They really came together to make this program possible. So I want you to please just recognize them. They did such a wonderful job. But don't go anywhere, because we wanted you to have an opportunity to have a more intimate discussion with us. And so we are all going to be at tables outside. And so come and sit down and talk to us. Hear a little bit more about our stories. See if you can get involved, because we really have to get involved. But I also want to throw out some props to people who have been working in my community. I see Nicola Cox from the Starter Ludlands Association. Let me tell you something. If it was not for that block association, right now we would be facing a rezoning in this community, because that block association has been truly one of the major forces coming in and challenging the community board. So thank you, Nicola. Yeah, and Janine, I know she's got a broken arm. And that's what it takes. It takes people with guts that's not viable. So thank you again. I'm going to hand it over to Alicia and Adriana from the museum. And thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't thank the panelists. Oh, I'm so sorry. Professor Angotti, let's give him a hand. And Anna Orozco. Anna Orozco. Woo! You got some friends in the audience.
Thank you, Alicia.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so sorry about that. Thank you.
On behalf of the Brooklyn Museum, we want to thank Alicia Boyd and all of the organizations that we've worked with over the past 6 months to put together this program. Thank all the panelists. Thank you for coming and participating in this discussion. As Imani said earlier, or actually as Betty said earlier, we hope that you will take action and you will take all the information that you've heard today and learned from, stories that you've been moved by, and figure out how you can contribute to your communities. We're all in this together. We're working with the museum, but we're all in this together. I live down the street. Adrian lives down the street. We see each other in the neighborhood. This is really, really real. So I'll speak for myself. I've been really grateful to work with the organizations and learn so much through this process about what is right, and understanding that by working with an institution, we really have an opportunity to provide spaces like this to have rich dialogues. We've been doing it for a long time, but this is we've been able to do it on a different scale by collaborating with and co-creating with local activists and organizations. So we thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, so I'm just going to add on a little bit about the rest of the day. This is not the end. There's many other components. This is just the auditorium program. So the next part is starting now. There's breakout sessions. There's big round tables in the Beaux-Arts court directly outside of the auditorium. And all of the panelists, or the majority of the panelists, will be out there with tables. All of you people who didn't get your questions answered, please go out. You know, this is a chance to kind of learn more, to talk with people directly. There's also the organizations, many of whom are represented up here on the stage today. The Monsters of Brooklyn will also be performing again, which we are all so excited about, right? Like, unbelievable, at 4:30 for the closing, and there'll be some dance from them. And then we also have from 3:30 to 4:30 in a space that's at that end of the Beaux-Arts court. It's called the Egyptian Temporary Gallery space. There's a workshop from the Artists of Color block on how can cultural institutions support communities. So please join us for all of those things. Talk to the organizations, go to the roundtables. And I also just wanted to say thank you so much for coming, and we're really happy you're here.
One other thing, after, this is not a Book and Museum event, it's actually our event. Right after the Book and Museum, we're going to be having a march, a solidarity march down Washington Avenue. So we're asking people to hang around with us. We got banners, we got posters, to grab a banner, grab a poster, and walk down on Solidarity. Is at 5 o'clock, right after our program. It's right in front of the museum. In front of the water fountain. We have some performances that will be happening that already happened here, but again, we're going to be doing it again at 5. And one other thing, MTOPP is doing a fundraiser. So if you would like to come and support us, or you would like to give a donation, that would be great. We're having a fundraiser on August the 9th, a Tuesday at 769 Washington Avenue. You're also welcome to come to our table and buy a ticket for that event, and we really need the support. We don't get any funding. We have 4 major lawsuits now pending, and we anticipate on 1 more. So we would like some of your support. So again, please make sure you hang around,
We'll try.
talk, participate, and then come and march with us. Okay? Thanks.
Wait, one more thing before you guys leave. We wanted to give a super shout out to the organization that led our ceremony this morning, Kapuli, Tlet Papa Ladzon. Sorry, Ladzin. And then also I wanted to give a super duper shout out to the volunteers and our intern educators and all the Sackler Center crew, AV, the system maintainers, the visitor services staff. Like seriously, this is so deep, y'all. It doesn't happen overnight. So thanks to everybody that made this happen. All right.
And I'm going to piggyback off and say thank you to those 2 ladies, because they have been instrumental from the museum's point of view of really sticking in with us and putting hours and hours. I'm getting emails at 11:50, you know, and 6 o'clock in the morning, you know. I mean, these women really work. So thank you so much, Alicia and Adrienne. Thank you so much. Thanks again.